Good morning, class! Yesterday, we talked and discussed about communication and its type, the verbal and non-verbal communication. Today, you are going to watch a video about how miscommunication happens. After that, I am going to ask you questions regarding the video that you have watched. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, class, this is the first question. Okay, I read it first. What does the narrator mean when he said, even when talking to face with another person in the same room and same language, human communication is incredibly complex? Who wants to answer? Raise your hands. Okay, Miss Fatima?
The aforementioned statement emphasizes that communication is a complicated interaction of many elements rather than just the exchange of words. Although certain obstacles are removed by sharing a language and physical location, interpretation is still subjective. So every person contributes their own distinct experiences, feelings, and contextual knowledge to the discussion, all of which influence how messages are conveyed and understood. So in the end, the statement admits that because human perception and expression are complex, there is always a chance of misunderstandings, even in the best of circumstances.
Very nice idea! Transactional model of communication is mentioned in the video. What is transactional model of communication and what happens during this communication? Yes, Mr. Nate! The transactional model of communication acknowledges the challenges of communicating. According to the video, communication is like a game of catch, where you receive feedback from the other person as you communicate your message. Through this transaction, you create meaning together. Each person expresses their interpretation of a message, and the other person interprets it through their own lens. So people interpret messages based on their relationship with the other person and their understanding of the words being used. Distraction and emotion can also affect understanding. The complexity of communication increases exponentially with more people involved. Wonderful! It seems that you watch and listen to the video very well. Now, what is the so-called subjective lenses and how does it create a negative communication between or among persons? Yes, Miss Sanchez.
The term subjective lenses refers to the individual perspectives, biases, and interpretations that shape how a person perceives and understands the information. So these lenses are formed by personal experiences, cultural backgrounds, and emotional state. When individuals communicate through these differing subjective lenses, misinterpretations and miscommunications are or can arise, leading to negative communication. So, for example, if person A, who values directness, tells person B, who prefers gentle communications, that report is terrible. So, person B might feel deeply offended or attacked, while person A intended to offer a straightforward feedback. So, this difference in interpretation arising from their subjective lenses creates negative communication.
Your idea is on point. Notice the lump of clay as the two persons play a game of catch. How does reforming of the clay of the receiver when throw it back to the catcher gives an idea of sending wrong information? Yes, Mr. Nate! According to the video, communication can be compared to a game of catch in which a lump of clay is used in place of a ball. Each person's unique perceptions, which are influenced by factors like knowledge, prior experience, age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, or family background reshape the clay as they work with it. So each individual simultaneously interprets the communication they hear according to their relationship with the other person, their comprehension of the meanings and meaning of the words being used, their emotional state, and any distractions. The clay is constantly changing, transformed, and remade as it moves back and forth. The clay or message is constantly changing, which emphasizes how readily misunderstandings can happen. Very well said. For my last question, for your own interpretation, how can you become effective in communicating with a person or with your group? Yes, Miss Sanchez.
I would place great importance on active listening in order to communicate effectively, making sure I fully grasp the other person's viewpoint completely before responding. I would try to avoid using jargon or unclear language in my own communications and instead aim for clarity and conciseness. Since everyone views the world through their own subjective lenses, I would be aware of possible misunderstandings and ask for clarification to make sure I understood. Additionally, since nonverbal clues and emotional context have a big influence on communication, I would pay attention to them. And lastly, in order to promote a more inclusive and fruitful conversation, I would continue to be flexible in modifying my communication style to fit the needs of the person or a group.
Okay, class, that is all for today. It seems you understand our lesson for today.